Australians might be paying more for their mortgages thanks to a financial scam in Britain. Barclays Bank has been fined £300 million for manipulating the interbank loan rate in the years leading up to the 2008 financial crisis. The bank's chief executive quit last week and has faced a grilling in the British Parliament over the scandal. The scam has potentially added thousands of dollars to the loans of mortgage holders around the world, here included. Europe correspondent Philip Williams reports.
Bob Diamond has quit in a move which stunned the City of London.
Britain's most famous, some would say notorious banker.
It's a toxic legacy. The country's still living with the consequences.
Former boss of Barclays, Bob Diamond, has told MPs he had no idea of the scale of wrongdoing at the bank.
For the now former Barclays chief, it was never going to be an easy day. A diamond jubilee for the members of the Treasury Committee, but there wasn't a lot of celebration for Bob, the ex-banker. In fact, the whole thing made him sick.
You know, I was finally given all of the documents on the weekend before this became public, and as I got it downloaded and started going through it, and I got to some of the emails, I got physically ill.
Bob Diamond knew he'd be the pincushion of the day, so whenever the issue of bank interest rate manipulation was raised, there was no one sorrier or sicker, it seems, than him.
That behaviour was reprehensible. It was wrong. I'm sorry, I'm disappointed, and I'm also angry.
Angry but not in the loop about what bank employees were doing from 2005 to 2007, corrupting the key interbank lending rate that was used as a standard around the world. Committee members repeatedly came back to the central theme. Why did you not know what was going on in your bank?
Do you live in a parallel universe to the rest of the UK?
Andrea, I'm just going to say it again. The behaviour when it came up, it was between 2005 and 2007 primarily. There were a few instances after that. There have been none since the investigation started. Andrea, it's wrong, it's reprehensible.
In light of the fact that your audit failed to notice for several years that there was fraud and corruption going on under your noses and very openly, have you now looked at other areas of the bank to see whether something like that has been going on there for years too?
Of course.
You have.
And of course there was always the chance Bob Diamond would fight back, dragging the Bank of England and unnamed bureaucrats into the scandal over a memo he wrote implying they knew and approved of rate fixing.
I understand all that, but the effect of what you've written down here is that ministers or officials were in effect asking you to fiddle your submission.
I didn't believe that, no.
So Bob Diamond may have lost his job, but he wasn't going to take others with him, at least not here and not now.
He didn't go in all guns blazing trying to bring down the British establishment. It was a more measured performance, trying to answer MPs' questions. And I think on balance, it will be seen as some kind of a draw between the parliamentarians and the banker.
He's been fined $300 million by
For Treasury Committee member Pat McFadden, Bob Diamond's rogue trader defence isn't entirely convincing from a bank he says has form.
Well, he said they were a small group of rogue traders, and then he also said, and Barclays has been punished because it's first out, because this is going on in other banks too. There seems an inconsistency there. And he also said, it's all been dealt with, but I only found out about it a couple of weeks ago. Again, I think that raises questions. When exactly was it dealt with? When were these rogue traders spoken to, sacked? You know, will they face prosecution and so on? I'm afraid I don't think that the page has been closed on this.
2 days ago, Bob Diamond was the highest paid banking executive in Britain. Now he may well have the highest payout too, something that won't go down well in the recession-hit UK.
I don't know what it will say about the culture in the bank if after presiding over all of this, he walks away with a huge multi-million-pound payoff. I mean, the banks repeatedly don't learn the lesson about how to recreate trust between themselves and the public. This is one mistake that doesn't need to be made, but it might be.
The bigger picture is not the golden handshake, but the regulatory grip required to keep this vital industry going, but honest.
We complain about what happens in Nigeria and in other parts of the world, but really the scale of corruption here is unbeatable.
How bad?
Because of the sums of money affected, and because it's conducted as if it were a gentlemanly activity. and in reality it's deeply dishonest and fraudulent.
That gloomy assessment from an economist who's launched an online petition calling for a full judicial inquiry into the whole banking system. The revelations and resignations of the past few days are no shock to many weary British taxpayers, the word banker already synonymous with greed and excess, and the question, does the government have the will or the power to regain control?
Philip Williams in London.